Hey guys! Welcome to my channel and welcome back to the Game Pack Challenge, this series where I take a game pack, or in this case an expansion pack, and try to make some Sims with it. So this time we're looking at City Living, obviously the new expansion pack. I'm very excited, so let's get started. Okay, so basically in this challenge we will be using the items or clothing and hair and all of that from City Living to make some Sims, and I'm not allowed to use anything else, just City Living stuff, which makes for some interesting Sims. And I thought this was going to be easy, and that's because I've only looked at the feminine stuff in this stuff pack. Not stuff pack, expansion pack. Excuse me. There's a little more going on than just stuff in this pack, like a new world and new gameplay, which I still haven't explored yet because I'm doing it in a let's play. And in the last part, if you haven't seen that, link in the description, if I remember, probably though. I've been pretty good at linking things in the description lately, so you will probably see it there, and maybe even in the eye in the corner if you're lucky. But anyway, I was thinking that this was going to be the easiest thing ever because City Living comes with a lot of items, a lot of choices. So I started making the female sim and I was like, this is going great. I can use lots of items. There's something for almost every single outfit. Not for the swimwear though, but that's sort of a normal thing because I think the only pack that came with a swimwear option was the spa day, which we will get to at some point. But anyway, I thought it was going to be smooth sailing, and then I went to the male sim because I always do a female sim, a male sim, and a child, because that's sort of like the three categories they make clothing for: feminine, masculine, and children. So that's what I use. But there weren't many options for the male sims. At least like half of the options that the female sims have, which is honestly like a normal thing. Almost not that it's a good thing, but almost every single pack that we get, or like the base game, has less male sim things than female sim things. My god. And then I got to the children and there was even less. So it was a bit of a shame, but having said that, I do think that the items that do come with this pack are amazing. The Creative Sim things are just like a whole new level. They have a shine to it and they have so much detail, and it's just, I think this pack has the prettiest clothing and hair of all of the packs that I own or have seen. I think all of the packs that have come out, but I haven't got all of them yet, so I don't want to compare them quite yet. But when I do get all of them, I'm pretty sure that City Living will still win. Now, I'm not saying that it has its flaws. Like I said, not enough men stuff, not enough children stuff, but I think it's still amazing. And obviously an expansion pack is not only for the clothing. You're not supposed to only use this because you need to have the base game. So you have the base game items and then you have more items. So in reality, you actually use more than just the City Living items, but I think it's just a fun thing to see how far you can get with this clothing options. And as you can see on the female sim, quite a long way. Because I basically could make every single outfit look normal, and I think I did a pretty good job on the swimwear too. If you look at it from a distance, it pretty much just looks like a very weird, interesting swimsuit. You can see me doing that right now. I realized very quickly that there isn't anything, so I gave her this top, which obviously sort of looks, now, well, not obviously. I say obviously in front of everything, but it's not obviously. So yeah, I just picked the top with the folds and the sort of like skirt short thing that comes with that. And then I also used the two new traits that we get, which is unflirty and vegetarian. I'm pretty sure that comes with the expansion pack. Not 100% sure. It might just have been an update. But they're new, so I gave her the unflirty and vegetarian. Then I made her a foodie, and I made her want to be a master chef. So she wants to be a master chef, and this is her husband. I love this hair, by the way. Best hair ever. I want to use this on every single one of my Sims, but I can't because that would get pretty boring. But for the city living pack, I'm definitely using this. So like I said, definitely a lot more struggle with the male Sim. I'm now just creating his face. That's the same thing as always. But for clothing options, first of all, there is a pretty good selection, but nothing really looked good on this particular Sim. And a problem I also have, and I feel really bad for this, but there's lots of different cultures represented in this pack, which is really good, but I feel really uneducated about these cultures. Like, I don't know where the things stand for, and I don't really want to use something if I don't know where it comes from. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to use something and be like, yes, just clothing, and they're like, no, it actually has a whole different meaning. So if you do see me use something and you're like, that's not really used in the correct way or in the correct category, don't be offended, please. I don't mean it to be offended, but take it as an opportunity to educate me. Let me know what is the meaning of that, because that's the only way I'm going to learn. I mean, I can look it up, but I'm pretty busy, so I don't have time to do research on every single culture. I'm open to do research or to learn new things, but I mean, there's so many cultures in the world. I don't think anyone would expect me to know something about every single culture. I don't expect you to know about Dutch culture. Not that we have like a very interesting culture, but I don't expect you to. But anyway, I just don't want to misinterpret any of these the items. My God, speaking. Oh, it's like it's weird because at the same time I feel like I'm getting better at these voiceovers, and then I just mess up massively. Okay, so swimwear was difficult. I actually turned off the masculine, I can't pronounce that word right, masculine filter and went to feminine, and I gave him those shorts, but not really something I would have gone for if there were other options. But maybe from a distance you probably won't see it that well. It might just look like very short swimming stuff. I don't know. And now we're moving on to the children. So I'm giving them a daughter. I'm sorry, I always make it a daughter, but that's just because, I mean, I'm female, and it's just easier to dress a female sim for me, because that's what I relate to, that's what I wear, so it's just easier for me. So I prefer creating female sims. I'm not really that comfortable with creating male sims. I mean, not in a like, ooh, I don't want to do that. It's more like I'm not really good at it. But as you can see, no hair for the children, which is really sad. I thought there would be hair, but there's no hair. So I actually use this head wrap, which again, I don't know from what culture that is or what it means. So if I do use it the wrong way, let me know. And also, pretty important thing, no shoes. This child is never wearing any shoes in any of her outfits, because there are no shoes in this pack, so I wasn't able to use anything. Well, there are shoes in this pack, just not for children. So that was definitely a weird thing to do, to have a sim not wear shoes in any of their outfits. I might have forgotten to take off the shoes at some point, I'm not sure. But I don't know. It felt wrong to give her no shoes, but I wasn't allowed to because it is a challenge. Now, if I would be creating a sim using mostly city living items, I would have given her shoes, but it's for the challenge. So I don't know if you want me to, but if you want me to upload my sims to the gallery or my houses or whatever, let me know. And also, if you download this family, if you want to play with this family, give her shoes, please. I'll just feel really bad if she doesn't have any shoes in any of her outfits. Obviously swimwear and sleepwear. She doesn't really need shoes. But that's basically it for this Create-A-Sim. If you do want to try this challenge for yourself, feel free to do that. If you want to make a video, I really like that. Send me the link on Twitter or at Tumblr, or post a comment being like, hey, I did this challenge and it's on my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!